Have you checked out all the new handicappers at WagerTalk? If not, here's your chance. You can take 50% off your first daily or 3-day all-access purchase at WagerTalk using coupon code TRYWT. Our new roster of experts is 30 deep, covering sports from all around the world, giving you tons of options to choose from. All you have to do to redeem this offer is go to wagertalk.com, choose a handicapper of your choice, and use coupon code TRYWT at checkout, saving 50% on your first purchase.
Welcome into First Pitch for Wednesday, July 6th. I am Drew Martin, joined by Ariel Epstein and Adam Trigger, WagerTalk.com. We're breaking down 3 games on the slate. We got the Texas Rangers, Baltimore Orioles, Tampa Bay Rays, Boston Red Sox, and for the nightcap, we got the Giants and D-backs. We got best bets at the end. But first, I want to go around the horn and welcome her back to the good US of A from her Europe trip, Ariel Epstein on Twitter. Also, check her out at MLB Network, Yahoo Sports, and here on Wednesdays on First Pitch. Ariel, welcome back. How was the trip?
The trip was absolutely amazing. A shout out to my aunt and my mom for booking us such a trip of a lifetime. Glad to be back, though. Every time I leave the United States, I realize how much I really miss it here and how much I love this country. I'm happy that I'm here. I'm happy to give out some winners today. Let's cash.
Let's get after it. Absolutely. In agreement with you. And we got Adam Trigger here. Guys, he's in day action here. He gave out a 4% client play. Trig? You're on the White Sox, minus 110 going in 17 minutes, I believe. Trig, I'll let you take this away. Yeah, what are you betting, man?
Yeah, so it'll be my best bet for the show, I suppose, because the only thing I like more than this play is the one I have up for sale tonight. But yeah, I was about to hop on WagerTalk today earlier, decided I wanted to make this a bet, and figured since I'm going to be on the shows, I might as well give it out for free. So I'm on the White Sox minus 110. I've hit 11 of my last 15 MLB plays. I like them to avoid the sweep here. I think Lance Lynn is figured it out a little bit. He was solid in his last start, 6 shutout innings against the Giants. And, Drew, the favorite to avoid a sweep has been a really good angle so far in Major League Baseball. And the White Sox have now creeped into that favorite territory. I gave out minus 110. I think they're up to minus 115 or minus 120. So, the Twins have not hit Lance Lynn at all. And I hope that continues today. So, yeah, Eloy Jimenez back. I think the White Sox avoid the sweep here, and it's a 4% best bet. So it goes in, now 15 minutes. So I wanted to get it out before we got into the other games.
Okay, good stuff, Trig. He also had a huge winner, 4% play on the Pirates, plus a 1.5 yesterday. And the Guardians, the day before that, or 2 days before that, plus 1.5. So check him out. He's hot right now. Am I seeing over 60% ROI on the season, Trig, in baseball?
Yeah, I did that a couple days ago, so I have to go back and look. But as of a few days ago, I was at like 58.9% hit rate for the season, and most of those are minus 110 or right around there. So
it's been a
really good baseball season so far.
I just plugged it in, Trig, so don't disappoint me, please.
Oh, that's it. Oh no,
it's my first game back since Europe. So I mean, Trig, you've got like a really small margin of failure here. You've got to make sure that this is a good one. Don't let me down.
Yeah, your girl Kelly Stewart bet it too, so I'm sure I'll hear it from her if it doesn't win as well. So
all right, I'll leave you alone then. I'll leave you alone. She can cover us both.
Some day action on the Sox, guys. Let's get into tonight's game, 7:05 Eastern. In Camden Yards here, we get the Baltimore Orioles and the Texas Rangers, Otto versus Watkins. Pick 'em price, as you see there on the screen. Ariel, coming to you first. 9 in the hook being the total. Good one here. I like the Orioles. How are you feeling here? They've won 3 straight.
Forget about sides and totals. I'm going strikeout prop. This is one of my favorite strikeout props of the day. I'm going over 3.5 strikeouts on the Texas Rangers right-hander, Glenn Otto. The Orioles have the 10th highest K rate in the league against righties. Those righty starters are averaging just under 5 strikeouts a game when up against the Orioles. 6 of the last 10 games against the O's have gone over this with a righty starter of 3.5 strikeouts. Plus, Otto's gone over 3.5 strikeouts in all 4 starts he's had against the team with the top 15 K rate against righties. Over 3.5 strikeouts on Glenn Otto tonight.
I like it. All right. And Trig, coming to you next. We've seen the Orioles. Feel free to go after the K props, but sidewise, I'm liking the Orioles here. They've won 3 straight. Texas has lost 3 straight, 5 of their last 6. Hotter team at home, pick 'em price. What are you seeing here?
Drew, I saw a couple people, like probably 3 or 4 different people on Twitter say, the Orioles, like, where did they come from? No one's been talking about the Orioles. I disagree with that. The 3 of us have been talking about the Orioles for like a while now. And they're 24-20 since the middle of May. And they're really starting to come around as a respectable team, yet I still don't think they're really getting priced, as a team playing as well as they are. So I kind of, the Rangers have been good up until this little stretch. And there's, we've also talked about the Rangers. They seem to get hit by sharp money like all the time, but I've actually noticed that's dried up a little bit. I haven't really seen much sharp money on the Rangers at all in the past, week to 10 days. And they haven't been winning. So if I was going to bet the side here, I would look toward the Orioles just because they're playing great ball. They've got all the momentum. But, this is a little square, Drew. But tell me how this game doesn't get to at least 10 runs. I mean, you have 2 starters who are, in my opinion, atrocious. Like Otto and Watkins, they both have whips like up around 1.5. And 2 bullpens that have just been completely used so far in this series, and 2 games that have gone 13 and 19 runs respectively. So to me, like the total, I know it creeped up. I think it's 9.5, but that even seems a little bit light to me. Now, I don't bet a ton of totals, so my confidence with totals is always going to be a little bit, not as strong as sides. I just don't bet them as often. But here, knowing that, these games have been close, and if you do go to extra innings, I mean, it's very much benefits the over. Obviously, it doesn't help the under, but you could get to extra innings 3-3 in a lot of these cases and find your way to 10 runs. I know it's like square, but with the 2 bullpens used up, these 2 teams hitting so far, and the 2 starters being just atrocious, I just don't see how we don't get to 10 runs here. So my lean in this game would be the over, and I expect the offense to just continue as it has been so far this series.
I just want to mention one thing to look out for with the Orioles. The Orioles, their pitching is much better at home than it is on the road. Now, I can't speak necessarily for the numbers that I have with Spencer Watkins. I haven't dove into his home numbers. However, I'm just talking as a team. Drew, you may have something on this. The Orioles as a team go from a top 10 ERA when at home to a bottom 10 ERA when on the road. That includes bullpen ERA as well. I just want to make the viewers aware that the Orioles, for whatever reason at home, no matter who it's against, just as a team average, do pitch better at home. That's my only concern when betting on this game. And I don't just mean for the total like Trig was talking about with the over, because it makes sense with these pitchers. However, when it comes to the Orioles at home, they're better on the run line. They're better, not so much money line, winning games outright, but they keep games much closer. It reminds me so much of the Seattle Mariners of last year, where we hammered the Seattle Mariners at home as an underdog plus 1.5 on the run line almost every game, because their home ERA as a team was better than it was on the road. That's why the Orioles get underbooked. Drew, what do you think?
I remember the grinding out of the Mariners that night, Ariel. Absolutely. And to tell you the truth, on your look, I love it in terms of home road splits. That's something I really like to look at. And I'm thinking structural change. Remember in the beginning of the season, before this season started, they moved the fence back, 26 feet, raised it as well in left field. That might have something to do with it, Ariel. So, I mean, riding that trend, plus the fact for tonight, this kind of correlates with the side here. Watkins has kind of caught fire of late. His last 11 innings, only 1 earned run given up, bunch of strikeouts, 9 Ks, only 2 walks. So I'll get into that in best bets, but I like the look there, Ariel. The home road split, something I think you can get an advantage on in the betting markets. Guys, we got 2 games left. We got a huge shout out to the chat box as well. Feel free to chime in here, guys, what you're looking to bet, what you agree with, what you disagree with us, any trends you want to throw out there. Jessica in the house saying she likes San Francisco. What is up, Jessica? And the Orioles from Joshua. Miami Moneyline from Have. We got B in the house. Welcome into everybody joining us live, 2 o'clock Eastern on the Wager Talk YouTube channel. Please smash the like button if you're liking the content. We're heading to the AL East up next. Trig, we can start off with you, man. We get the Rays and the Sox. Kluber versus Bello. We see -120. I don't think I pronounced his name right, by the way. I think it's pronounced a little bit different, but total of 9. Trig, I don't know, man. I was fading the Rays, but they kind of caught fire 2 of the last 3, or 3 of the last 4 games. Cost me some money here. What are you thinking of this Rays team going forward? What are you liking tonight in Fenway?
Well, Drew, as someone that comes on these shows regularly and just butchers names, I looked this up before the show. It's actually Bayo, I believe is how you pronounce his name. And we'll start there, right? He gets the call. In my opinion, Drew, this is completely out of necessity. The Red Sox, their pitching has just dropped like flies, right? Rich Hill now on the IL. Waka missed the start, and they've already been shorthanded. With Whitlock's been out. They don't Sale. It looks like he's going to come back soon, but he's probably another start away. So Bayo is going to make his major league debut tonight, and with how good the Rays have been in Fenway Park, I almost think you have to like Kluber at a plus price here, just for the sole fact that it's probably like the price is probably off, right? Like if you with how good the Rays have played at Fenway and the fact that they've won 4, they've won like 4 or 5 now. They're a little bit hot. The Red Sox starting to fade, not hitting as well. I saw a stat that they're hitting under 200 with runners in scoring position over the last week and a half. So all of that being said, I think the Rays at plus money has to be the look here. You have the better bullpen. The Red Sox, they're probably not going to get length out of Bayo, which means they're going to be into their bullpen sooner. So all things point to the Rays being value here. The Red Sox, I will say, Drew, is a team that has absolutely had my number all season, which is why I'm not overly confident going against the Red Sox at Fenway. But the Rays, in their last 25 games at Fenway Park, they are 18-7, and they're averaging 6.4 runs per game. The team loves playing at Fenway. I don't know what it is, but I think Rays at the plus price makes the most sense here to me.
Okay, Rays plus price. Can you get them plus 110 if you shop around. Ariel, coming up to you next. AL East. This is your division here. What are you liking in Fenway?
I'm going with another strikeout prop. I like the under of the 4.5 is the number for the Tampa Bay Rays right-hander Corey Kluber. Now, Kluber up against the Red Sox, who have the 8th lowest K rate in baseball against right-handed starters. They're averaging just over 4 strikeouts a start. However, the Red Sox have only gone over 4 strikeouts or more in 2 of their last 5 strikeouts or more. I have completely butchered this. I'm starting over for the clip so that we can post this to social. I'm going over Tampa Bay Rays. I'm a mess. Under 4.5 strikeouts for Tampa Bay Rays. I know it's jet lag. It's horrible. What?
No, it's okay because when you come back from Europe, the sleep, it gets all messed up. I'll tell you this though, Amsterdam, I think is underrated. No, but I think Paris is overrated. But hey, let's get back to baseball. Ariel Epstein, MLB Network, Yahoo Sports. What are you liking in Fenway tonight?
Okay. In Fenway tonight, I'm going under 4.5 strikeouts for the Tampa Bay Rays right-hander Corey Kluber. The Boston Red Sox have the 8th lowest K rate when up against right-handed pitchers this year. Those righty starters are averaging just over 4 strikeouts a game. However, Kluber has struggled when he's gone up against teams with a low K rate. Kluber against teams with a low K rate has gone under this number in 4 of 7 games. In addition to the fact that the Red Sox have only had 5 or more strikeouts in 2 of their last 10. The Red Sox are just not striking out a lot lately against those right-handed starters. I'm going with the under 4.5 strikeouts on Corey Kluber. I got that all out right. I am so glad that I could still speak English. Maybe I'll start learning another language so I have an excuse for why I can't speak anymore.
Hey, Toto Bien, bringing the heat. Absolutely. Caliente from Ariel Epstein. We got 1 game left. It is the nightcap for the show here, heading out west, 9:40 Eastern, 6:40 Pacific. San Francisco Giants with Alex Cobb on the hill up against Merrill Kelly here in the Arizona Diamondbacks heading to the desert. Ariel, coming back to you first. Minus $1.25. That's the Giants as the road favorite, 8 in the hook. What do you like in Arizona tonight?
I actually have a side here. I don't mind laying the minus 145 on the plus 1.5 run line for the Arizona Diamondbacks as a home dog. As a home dog on the run line, Arizona is 17-11. Arizona, to start July, they have the third best OPS. Arizona also, when they have Merrill Kelly starting for them, if you hypothetically gave them a plus 1.5 run line, it would have hit in 5 of his 9 home starts. Plus the fact that Cobb, he struggles on the road. His ERA is just over a 6. When Kelly's at home, his ERA is just over a 3. You've got the better pitcher at home versus the struggling pitcher on the road. The way that Arizona's been hitting the ball in the last couple of weeks, I've got to go with the plus 1.5 on the run line for the D-backs tonight. And I also saw this line move in favor of Arizona by about 5 to 10 cents round market. Usually I like a 10-cent move or more overnight. However, I have seen more movement in favor of Arizona with more money backing the Giants, seeing the Giants kind of looking like a public play here. I would rather go take the team that the line's moving in favor of the line moving in favor of, like the Arizona Diamondbacks, and the team that's better on the run line when they're at home.
I like that hypothetical run line record there. Trig, is that something you look at, man? I know you like plus run lines.
Yeah, absolutely. Drew, I love backing teams on the plus 1.5 run line. Why? Like, a big reason for it is it's typically a sharp way to look at a game because the betting public likes to bet favorites. And if the juice is too much to swallow, they'll typically just lay the minus 1.5. And the books know this, and you tend to be able to find good value backing plus 1.5 in a lot of these scenarios. Now, in this case, for a home team on the run line, it's a little pricey, but I don't disagree with it at all in terms of the Diamondbacks being the right side here. I saw that too, Ariel, that it seems like everyone wants to bet the Giants here off of 6 straight losses. And I guess I understand the thought process, like they're going to win one eventually, because I certainly look at things like that as well. And I talked about earlier in the show, teams that are favored to avoid a sweep has been in solid as well. But here, I almost think the wrong team might be favored. And the Giants are still massively overrated from what happened last year when they had a season win total of 75 and won 107 games. And then the fact that they came out hot this year. Like, I still think this is a very overrated Giants team. And it doesn't surprise me that we've now seen them sort of just, it seems like it's all catching up with them right now. They've been outscored 36-14 during the 6-game losing streak. We've been talking about the Giants all season long, where their bullpen has been kind of hovering right around the middle of the league at best. Their lineup, they haven't been hitting the home runs like they were last year. So this regression really should not come as a surprise. If you look at the numbers, the roster, and like this shouldn't come as a surprise that suddenly the Giants are losing baseball games. So yeah, I don't agree with the whole, okay, well, they've got to win here since they've lost 6 in a row. They can't lose 7 in a row. Because I actually think Merrill Kelly's the better starter here. I have Merrill Kelly rated higher than Alex Cobb. And, the Diamondbacks, they've got it done the last 2 days without really burning through their their bullpen, winning, games comfortably the last couple of days. So they haven't had as many high leverage spots as you would expect for back-to-back wins. So, Arizona's played well. They've played well at home. And Drew, this is a very underrated Diamondbacks team. Remember, going back to the beginning of the season, this team won 51 games last year, and their season win total right off the bat going into the season was set at like 68.5. And if you go back to last year, they were almost a 500 team against the run line. So there was reason to believe they would exceed what they did last year. They're doing it, and I would not be at all surprised if the Diamondbacks ride the wave, get another good start from Merrill Kelly, and win another ball game here.
Oh, I remember it all too well, Trig. I'm on their under, actually, for the season win total. And to tell you the truth, I'm really sweating it out. And they're a better team at home. When you look at their home road splits, they played a lot better at home. So that's another thing pointing towards Arizona. So, guys, we got the 3 games in the books here. Huge shout out to the chat box again. Rants T Trev 30 in the house. Thanks for joining us, guys. And we got Trig's 4% play going right now. So maybe getting in on it live. The White Sox, the minus 110 price tag. All right, hopefully cash that one. Ariel, before we get to best bets, actually, both the New Yorkers here on the show with me. I made a spontaneous trip for the next week. I'm on vacation. Shout out to Steve Merrill stepping in to host the show. Marlins at Mets Citi Field tomorrow night. Making the trip, going to check them out on the road. Ariel,
you didn't tell me you're coming to New York. Are you kidding me, Drew Martin Betts? Why aren't we getting a drink?
It's spontaneous. I'm going to be in New York for probably like 5 hours for the game, but let's get together.
Thanks for the invite. That was nice.
I'm inviting you right now on the show. What could be better?
He's inviting you live right now
to the game.
Yeah,
we're going to the game.
Yeah, Marlins Mets tomorrow night. If you want to, I know you just got back from Europe, so. But yeah, and Trig as well. Well, what do I need to see in Citi Field?
Trig.
Have you all been there? It's a good one.
It's a great park. Great park.
I'll say this. People might just. I'll make a statement real quick, and then I'll let Ariel finish. Citi Field better than Yankee Stadium. I'm just going to say.
I agree.
It's Citi Field is a better New York.
Don't look at my picture in the background. I love the Yankees. I love Yankee Stadium. They employed me. I have nothing against the Yankees. Citi Field is beautiful. You can see from every seat. Every view is great. They have a lot of interactive things for kids. They have some great food. The Delta Sky Club is awesome there for the all-you-can-eat. I really enjoyed Citi Field a lot when I've been. I've only been a couple of times, so I'd love to go again. Shake Shack in the outfield. So good. I don't know. I'm really just not the kind of person though that goes to a baseball game and ventures around stadiums to try to find entertainment. I like to just enjoy the game from my seats after. The whole pregame is when I try to walk around. I just really enjoyed the experience though at Citi Field from a baseball perspective.
Okay. Well, cool. Yeah, I can't wait to check it out. Always, getting a new stadium, checking them out. Hey, what about the fans though in New York? If I go decked out with that Marlins hat, maybe Marlins shirt, am I going to have any issues, or it's kind of baseball? I'm all right.
I feel like the Mets fans aren't going to care about Marlins gear as much as they would care about Yankees gear.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll be all right.
Or Phillies or Braves. Phillies, Braves,
Phillies,
Yankees.
They probably hate the most.
Yeah.
Well, Yankees, they hate the most, but Phillies, they hate probably the most out of the division, would be my guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, excited for that. And hey, let's get into best bets here, guys. We got Ariel Epstein. Check her out. MLB Network, Yahoo Sports on Twitter at Ariel Epstein, the prop queen, giving out strikeout props. Great follow on Twitter, Instagram as well. Ariel, I'll throw it over to you. Final thoughts for the show. And if you got a best bet, feel free to throw it out.
Final thought for the show is exactly what Drew said. Paris, overrated. Amsterdam, underrated. I absolutely love that city. It's one of my favorite cities now in Europe officially. Now for my best bet. I'm going with the over 3.5 strikeouts on Pittsburgh Pirates starter Mitch Keller. The New York Yankees, although they have a 19th ranked K rate against right-handers in general, righty starters are still averaging 4.5 strikeouts a game against the Yanks. 8 of the last 10 games, a right-handed starter has gone over 4 or more strikeouts against New York. Also, even if Keller has gone up against a team with a bottom 15 K rate this year, he's still gone over 3.5 strikeouts in 4 of those 6 games. This number just feels a little bit too low. I'm going with the over 3.5 strikeouts on Mitch Keller against the New York Yankees tonight, Drew.
Get those strikeouts for Keller. Guys, I'm heading to Baltimore, actually, for tonight's game, 7:05 Eastern start. Watkins and Otto. I'm gonna bet Watkins as the listed pitcher. Don't really care much about Otto being listed, but really I'm going after the hotter team here. The Orioles winning 3 straight. We get the Texas Rangers losing 5 of their last 6, losing 3 straight games. And Otto, 10 earned runs in his last 6 innings pitched. He's also walked 6 and only struck out 2 in those 2 starts. So watch out there, guys. Whenever you get kind of that reversal of more walks than strikeouts by that kind of range, something might be up. I'm looking to take advantage of that here. His ERA and FIP over 5.5 for the year. And we get the Orioles. We talked about them earlier. Ariel brought up a great stat in terms of their ERA, their pitching ERA, both starting and relief pitching, a lot lower at home. We know the structural change of the fence being moved back, Plus, they've been good at home, 20-17 at home, pick 'em price here. And Watkins has actually been good. His overall, stats for the year, not so much, but in his last 11 innings, only 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts, 2 walks. We get the hotter lineup as well, 111 weighted runs created plus the last week with the Orioles. Pick 'em price, -105 on the O's is my best bet. Throw it over to Adam Trigger. He's hot right now, guys. Check him out. Baseball, he's killing it. He's got that as +1.5 run line underdogs. He's been good there. Check him out. Adam Trigger, WagerTalk.com. Trig, take it away, man. What do you got for best bets and final thoughts for the show?
Yeah, so baseball, MLB has been great, 11-4 run. Coming into today, I have 2 4% best bets. I gave one out for free at the top of the show. That's White Sox -110. And Twins have a couple base runners right now, so you can easily bet that live and still get down on that if you want to. That just started. My other 4%er goes tonight. As far as the games we talked on the show, I'll go back to the Orioles game as well, Drew. I echo, a lot of the stuff you just sort of outlined. I agreed with. I don't like Otto at all, and I think that the Orioles are going to continue to hit the ball, against Otto and the Rangers bullpen, which has not been very good over the past, week and a half or so. Cedric Mullins has been on fire. I think that's been huge for the Orioles. When he's hitting, this lineup seems to produce. So I expect the Orioles to get theirs. And I, Spencer Watkins is a guy that I haven't had a ton of faith in this year. So, even though he has had better numbers at home, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Rangers, who have hit in this series as well, get to him too. So you got 2 starters that could get blown up. You have 2 bullpens that have been used extensively. With the 2 high-scoring games the last 2 days, yesterday going into extra innings. So even though it's, even if they regress a little bit from 13 runs and 19 runs the past 2 games, I still think this one gets to at least 10, and if it gets to 10, you're a winner. So I lean toward the over in Orioles Rangers. I just think there's going to be a lot of offensive opportunities here. I'm not enamored with the pitching on either side, so I'll say this one gets to 10 or more with Rangers Orioles playing to 10 or more runs tonight.
All right, over 9.5 on that one. Hopefully the Orioles do the majority of the work offensively, because I got the Orioles at the pick'em price -105 and Ariel on Mitch Keller over 3.5 strikeouts for her best bet. For Ariel Epstein, check her out. MLB Network, Yahoo Sports, at Ariel Epstein on Twitter. We got Adam Trigger at Top Flight SI, WagerTalk.com, hot in baseball. I am Drew Martin. Please smash that like button if you're liking the content, and please feel free to reply below in the reply section on the Wager Talk YouTube channel. Let us know what you're betting tonight, where you agree, what you disagree with us. All is welcome. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a great night. Best of luck with your bets.
Have you checked out all the new handicappers at WagerTalk? If not, here's your chance. You can take 50% off your first daily or 3-day all-access purchase at WagerTalk using coupon code TRYWT. Our new roster of experts is 30 deep, covering sports from all around the world, giving you tons of options to choose from. All you have to do to redeem this offer is go to WagerTalk.com, choose a handicapper of your choice, and use coupon code TRYWT at checkout, saving 50% on your first purchase.